A warm and pleasant evening to each one of you present here. Hans Andersen once said, "Where words fail, music speaks." I now call upon our brothers of Divyadaan to speak to us through their music.
Good evening, respected audience. Presenting before you the Bosco Brass with two of its epic pieces. The first being a theme from HBO's original series, The Game of Thrones. The second piece that we'll be presenting before you is The Bare Necessities from Disney's original The Jungle Book. Please clap along with the music if you enjoy it.
Thank you, dear brothers, for that wonderful harmony. Every family is led by an elder who unites everyone and makes everyone feel at home. I now invite our rector, Reverend Father Robert Penn, to introduce, to address and welcome the gathering.
good evening and welcome to one and all for this wonderful show that we are going to present to you today, this evening. Welcome to the people who have come from Don Bosco Parish, those from Holy Cross, those from St. Anne's, and also those from Devlali. We actually got people even from Igatpuri. We welcome to one and all. Now you can see that this looks like a circus tent over here. Because this musical, you can see the greatest show, is based on a musical film that was produced last year. Now speaking of circus, there was this owner of the circus who was looking for some new character in his circus. So he went around searching for some new characters, and he went into one bar and he saw that all the people had gathered around watching something. So he went to see. What did he see? There was this duck who was doing a tap dance. You know what is a tap dance, no? But of course not with the hand, the legs. So there was a spot and the duck was on top of it and doing the dance. All were watching it. So this fellow, the circus owner said, this is the best chance for me to get this duck. So he asked the bar owner, how much for this duck? He said, this is not for the sale. He said, no, give it to me. Finally, he agreed upon $1,000. And the circus owner was very happy. And he took that duck to his circus. And that evening in the show, he told the people, this evening I got a surprise for you. And he put a nice pot in front. And then they brought the duck and put it in front. They told the duck to dance. The duck did not dance. Again he asked him, again he did not dance. The duck was just looking at him, happily sitting on the pot. The circus owner was very angry. The next day he came back to the bar owner, shouted at him saying, why did you send me this false duck? You were not dancing at all. The bar owner said, oh, you were not dancing. I think I forgot to tell you. Did you put a burning light under the pot? It was the heat that was making the duck dance. It was hot to it. Talking about the circus, which is the most important character in the circus? The clown? Yes, very good. Okay, so tell me, why did the clown go to the doctor? Because he was feeling getting funny. Okay, another one. Why did the elephant go away from the circus? Because they were tired of working for peanuts. Okay, you are not getting the answer. Now I'm going to ask you one simple question. What is it that all of us want in life? What is that? Money? Wealth? Power? Happiness? Did I say happiness? Yes. Very good. All of us would like to have happiness in life. The protagonist of this play, musical play, Vanan, is also looking for happiness. But in his search for happiness, he leaves his family, which is the circus. He goes around, finally to realize that ultimately he can find his happiness only in his own family. That is his own son. And he comes back to find that happiness. That is a clear message. It does not matter what we do in life, where we go. Ultimately, it is our own family, whether it's a religious family or it's our own family, that gives us meaning, value, and happiness. Now, there is another message that is also in this circus or in this musical. You will find that in this circus there are varied types of characters. Characters who have not found place outside the society, rejected by the society. But they are accepted here. Just to show that each one of us is unique and different, that we can find our place somewhere, that all of us can find meaning in life. We only need to know where we need to go. So now, once again, I thank you for accepting the invitation and coming to this show. Just to tell you, this show is not prepared with a professional, but all by our Divyadaan brothers. You will see the singers standing here, you will see the dancers, these light people here, the music in charge. And the brother himself, the director, they all are from Divyadaan. Except the female characters, they are not from Divyadaan. They are from our parish, okay? So that's, you understand. So, they have been working over 1 month, working very hard every evening and night. They have been practicing hard to to give us this wonderful show. So I'm very grateful to you for coming here to view this show. Okay? Thank you for honoring our invitation and enjoy this show. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Hector, for your inspiring message and words of welcome. Inspired by an orphaned, penniless, but ambitious P.T. Barnum, The Greatest Showman is an original musical that celebrates the birth of show business and tells of a visionary who grew from nothing to become a worldwide sensation. My dear friends, Divyadaan presents before you The Greatest Showman.
showtime.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you waited for. Been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. A barrel in your bones, there's an ache that you can't even take in your breath. Swelling your mind, and all that is real is left behind. Don't find it, it's coming for you right. It's only this moment of your life. You're free to breathe, can't you see it's free? Just alright to go to feel. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flying open. It's a preacher in the pulpit, every passing person. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall. It's holding on to go. So tell me, do you wanna go? When it's all in our trial lives, when the runaways are running the night, possible comes through, say before you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the sun just hovers now, watching it come through, say before you. This is the greatest show. Everything you ever want, everything you ever need, right in front of you. This is where you wanna be.
You and I are constantly searching. We are searching for true happiness. Our wants appear to be our needs. And especially as little children, we never know the difference between the two. This is the story of Phineas Taylor Barnum, a poor orphan. As a child, he helped his father, who was a tailor by profession. Unfortunately, at the tender age of 10, he lost his father. Later, he fell in love with Charity, the daughter of one of his father's rich clients, and eventually, he wanted to get married to her. But in order to win her father's opinion and her hand in marriage, he had to prove himself to be worthy. But how could he? He was just a jobless boy.
Newspapers, newspapers, amazing stories from around the world. Newspapers, newspapers, amazing stories from around the world. Newspapers, amazing stories from around the world. Newspapers, amazing stories from around the world.
Come, join the Great American Railroad. 3 meals a day, a roof over your head, fair and ample wages. Come, make your fortune. See the open days of America. Opportunity awaits you, sir, out on the rails.
An opportunity is all that I need. This is it. I'm going to be the sole master of my destiny.
Having worked hard for a few years and earned sufficiently, well, at least to have a rented roof over his head, Barnum takes the courage to approach Charity's father in order to ask for her hand in marriage.
Sir, I know I don't come from much, but I will take care of your daughter and give her a life as grand as this one.
Goodbye, Father.
She will be back. Sooner or later, she will get tired of her life of having nothing. She will keep running back home.
Shall we, Charity?
Phineas, I knew you would come for me.
Without a doubt.
I would love to hope that our life is going to be beautiful from here on.
I promise.
But I'm still anxious. I don't know what is our life going to be like.
I do.
I close my eyes and I can see the walls are waiting up for me. That I call my own.
They lived thereafter in a rented apartment. For charity, life was frugal than earlier. But she couldn't be happier. She soon bore a son and they named him James. And just as life seemed to be smoothly sailing, disaster struck. Barnum, the breadwinner of the family, lost his job when J.W. Mercantile, the company for which he worked, went bankrupt. He was a clerk in that company when it lost a dozen of its trading ships deep in the South China Seas.
Oh God, you're home early?
And until further notice,
I don't think you were alone for that job.
or any other job, apparently.
That's what makes a life together so exciting.
This isn't the life I promised you.
But I have everything I want.
What about the magic?
What do you call this bundle of joy? Hey Jimmy, look who. Daddy!
My boy!
Can you bring me a present?
Present? For what?
For my birthday.
Your what?
My birthday.
It's not your birthday, Jimmy.
Oh no.
But I have a present. Not just any other present. An amazing birthday present ever. This extraordinary machine was invented by none other than Leonardo da Vinci 400 years ago. But the blueprints have been lost for years until just last week. On a stormy night, a sunken pirate ship washed up the shores of Nantucket, and they found treasures and gold. And the blueprints were recovered by none other than J.W. Mercantile. The blueprints just crossed my desk, and I managed to commit them to memory. And if I had clearly remembered, happy birthday, James! This is a wishing machine. You tell it your wishes, and it will keep them safe until they come through. Even if you forget them, they will be always there.
Can I make a wish?
Step right up. Go ahead.
I wish to become Batman's assistant.
That's a good wish.
Can I make another wish?
Go ahead.
I wish for a violin.
Hey, that's a good wish. What is your wish, Mummy? I wish for happiness like this forever. For you, for your father.
Boring.
Boring? Since when happiness is being boring?
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, the vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
A million dreams for the world we've gonna make.
P.T. Barnum felt that it was high time he did something to live the dream that he had dreamt. A dream that enkindled a flicker of hope in the soul of his child. But it seemed impossible at that moment. But impossible wasn't something that Barnum believed in. Therefore, he goes to the bank and takes a loan of $10,000 by faking a collateral of their investments. And with that money, he buys a huge building and turns it into a wax museum to make a huge buck. Contrary to his ambition, it was a massive failure. Not a single soul was interested in his statues. Eventually, considering his son James's opinion, he goes and looks out
to put something alive and sensational in his museum.
I'm looking for Charles Stratton.
What do you want of me, Flopdoodle?
P.D. Barnum, at your service. I'm putting together a show, and I need a star.
You want people to laugh at me?
Well, they're laughing anyway, kid. So might as well get paid. I see a soldier, no, a general, riding across the stage with sword and gun, with the most beautiful uniform ever made. People will come around from all over the world, and when they see him, they won't laugh. They will salute.
Is that a promise?
You have my word, soldier.
After recruiting his first artist, P.D. Barnum goes to the streets of New York City, sticking advertisements in order to recruit more people.
How is it looking, James?
We have just begun, Daddy.
Wait, who's that?
Sir, you can't be here.
I'm sorry, but who is doing that singing? It's you, isn't it?
Sir, I'll have to ask you to leave.
You are so talented, blessed, extraordinary. Unique, and I would even say beautiful.
Sir, please, leave me alone.
They don't understand it, but they will.
The news of Barnum's recruitment drive spread like wildfire. Soon there would be a throng outside his office, waiting to be part of this new venture in New York City.
Okay. Anne and W.D. Wheeler. Brother and sister?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So, what do you do?
Trapeze.
Trapeze. Okay.
You know, people aren't going to like it if you put us on the stage.
Oh, I'm counting on it. So far, is this your
Entire body.
fantastic? Wait! I don't want to say it. Can I ask you something? How heavy are you?
I wouldn't like to say it out loud.
Just between me and you. 750 pounds! Is that what he said?
750 pounds.
What's your name? Anup Naik, sir. We need to change that name. You are an Indian. Dog man, sir. Fantastic. I'm Twister. Terrific.
I am Shaktiman, sir.
Amazing. O'Malley. We got a show. This is Barnum's American Museum.
soon going to witness something unprecedented. Something they've never seen or even heard of. People who are rejected by society were now going to be part of a great show.
You stumble through your days, got your head down low, your sky's a shade of green, like a zombie in a maze. You're asleep inside, but you can't shake away. Cause it's just a dead man walking, then he gets your only option. But you can flip the switch and brighten up your darkest days. The sun is up and colors blinding, take the wall and redefine it. Live behind your narrow mind will never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light, let it burn so bright. Reaching out to the sky, and it's so black and white. Your electric fires, when the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be. But the dream of your eyes wide open. So you can't go back again. The world that you were living in was a dream with your eyes wide open. So come alive.
Now let it go! For what? Now read it! No! Don't like it! I see it in your eyes! Afraid to step outside! Don't you stay that way!
Rolling in those shadows, you don't even know how that goes.
Once you see it all, never be the same.
You can be the light that's shining, but love will keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you. You can't be afraid.
Anyone was bursting with a dream.
To anyone who's searching for the way to break free. When the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be. But the dream was your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back against the wall that you were living in. But the dream was your eyes wide open. When the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be. But the dream was your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back against the wall that you were living in. But the dream was your eyes wide open. But the dream was your eyes wide open. So come alive.
Get out of our city, you freaks! We don't want more trash in New York.
That's quite enough, sir.
This is bad. The Barnum Museum, a primitive circus of humble.
Criminal! Degrading! Circus!
I like circus. Mr. Bennett from the Herald. Come to take in another show, huh?
Tell me, Mr. Banu, doesn't it bother you that everything you're selling is fake?
Do these smiles seem fake? Doesn't matter where they come from, but the joy is real.
So you're a philanthropist.
Well, hyperbole isn't the worst crime. People suffer more than imagining too little than too much.
A creed of a true fraud.
Mr. Bennett, when was the last time you ever smiled or had a great laugh? A real laugh? A theatre critic who doesn't find joy in the theatre. Now tell me, who is the fraud? Mr. Bennett, the word that you used to describe my show has a nice ring to it.
P.T. Barnum felt a surge of satisfaction after his first successful show. He felt relentless and unstoppable. With the money that he earned after the next few shows, he bought a brand new mansion right on the same street as Charity's parents. This would be one of his dreams coming true.
James! Charity!
Yeah?
James! This is for you. There's a violin school right down the street, just across your grandparents' house.
Don't tell me you bought this new house just to rub my parents' noses in your success.
That's not the only reason. This is the life I promised you. Shall we?
Finn, it's beautiful. But we don't really need all of this.
It took me 25 years. But welcome home, Charity Barnum.
Now, although the Barnums were wealthy, they were still looked down upon by society because Barnum hired the reject of New York in order to make a huge buck out of them. Even James, his son, was made fun of in the violin school only because of his father.
Hey, sweetie. Who's that young man over there?
He is Mr. Philip Carlyle. A bit of a scandal, they say. His latest play was a hit in London.
Play? Pay good money to watch people stand around for 2 hours. And they call me a con man. Mr. Carlyle, you produce plays?
Yes, I did indeed.
P.D. Barnum.
From the circus?
Yes, you've been?
God, no, but I've seen the crowds. People leaving a show happier than when they came in, which is much more than I can say for my play.
And yet you have no trouble selling tickets.
That's because I'm selling virtue.
Can I buy you a drink? I want to go after the carriage trade, present legitimate acts, expand our appeals, go after the snob.
If you only knew how suffocating they are.
Then come join our circus. You clearly have flair for show business. Teach me how to appeal to high brows.
Are you serious? Mr. Barnum, I can't just run off into the circus.
Why not? Sounds thrilling, isn't it?
Let's just say, I find it much more comfortable admiring a show from afar.
Comfort, the enemy of progress.
Do you understand? That just associating with you could cost me my inheritance.
I thought it would cost you more than that. You might be risking everything. But you might find yourself a free man. Right here, right now, I put the offer out. I don't want to chase you down. I know you see it. You ran with me, and I can cut you free out of the drudgery and walls you keep it. So trade that typical for something colorful. And if it's crazy, live a little crazy. You can play it sensible, king of conventional, or you can risk it all and see. Don't you wanna get away to the same old? But you got to play, cause I got what you need. So come with me and take the ride to the other side. So go and do like you do, or do like me. Forget the cage, cause we know how to make the key. Oh, damn, suddenly you're free to fly. We'll take you to the other side.
Hey, my friend, you wanna cut me in? Well, I hate to tell you, but it just won't happen. So thanks, I think I'm good to go. It's quite enjoyed it, like you say, I'm trapped in. Now I admire you, and that will show you. You're onto something, really it's something. Well, if among the swells, we don't pick up in the shells, I'll have to leave it up to you. Don't you know that I'm okay with this uptown? But I gotta play, cause I got what I need, and I don't wanna take the ride. I need to see the other side, so go and do like you do. I'm good to do like me, ain't in the cage, so I don't need to take the key. Oh, damn, can't you see I'm doing fine? I need to see the other
Now is
side.
this really how you'd like to spend your days? Whiskey and misery and parties and plays.
If I were mixed up with you, I'd be the talk of the town. Disgraced in the zone, another one of the clowns.
But you'd finally live a little, finally laugh a little. Just let me give you that freedom to dream, and it will wake you up and cure your aching. Take your walls and start them breaking. Now that's a deal, it seems worth taking. But I guess I leave that up to you.
Well, intriguing, but to go would cost me greatly. So what percentage of the show would I be taking?
Fair enough, you take a piece of all the actions. I give you 7, we can shake and make it happen.
I wasn't born this morning, 18 would be just fine.
Why just not go ahead and ask for nickels of the dime?
15,
maybe 8,
12,
I do 9,
10.
Don't you wanna get away to a whole new party got to play? Cause I got what you need, so come with me and take the ride to the other side. So go and do like you do. Forget the cage, cause we know how to make the key. Oh, damn, suddenly you're free to fly. It'll take you to the other side. So go and do like you do. Or you can do like me. Cause if we do, we're going to the other side. We're going to the other side.
Sir, looks like you have yourself a junior partner.
What I have is an overcompensated apprentice.
Philip Carlyle now became Barnum's right hand. He was expected to take Barnum's business to a whole new level with his expertise. Barnum was now realizing his dreams, and his circus had something different and new to boast about.
Hey, WD and meet my newest hire, Mr. Philip Carlyle.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Your pleasure.
And what's your act, Mr. Carlyle?
I don't have an act.
Everyone has got an act.
Mr. Barnum,
Yes?
you better come see this. A bit of nasty element.
Shame of the city. The protest amid Mr. Barnum's reputation as a purveyor of the offensive and indecent.
Offensive and indecent? Mr. Bennett, I'm blushing.
No, I'm blushing.
What do you care what Bennett thinks? He's a prick and a snob.
Yeah, the snobs in the city are reading him. He does their thinking for them.
Whatever happened to the thriving of controversy?
Yeah. Hey. Well, look. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Hey, as a matter of fact, I do.
The master of the household has it in the command of the queen to invite Mr. Phineas Barnum and his theatrical troupe to a reception at Buckingham Palace.
The Queen Victoria? Is that real?
I had to pull a few strings. If you want the society to accept you, you may as well start at the very, very top.
Are we all invited?
I guess so. I'll just have to tell the Queen either all of us go or none of us will.
The Queen of England. Can't get much better than that.
Barnum, Philip, and the entire circus traveled all the way to England to be honored by the Queen. This event proved to be an achievement for Barnum's tarnished image. And that wasn't it. It was also a precursor to a new chapter in the life of Phineas Taylor Barnum.
Who's that?
The opera singer, Miss Jenny Lind.
Singer?
She's one of the most famous singer in the world. She has sold at La Scala a dozen of times, not to mention the French opera.
Striking.
What are you doing?
Following you, so that you can introduce me to Miss Lind.
Introduce you?
Yeah.
I don't know her.
Everybody knows her.
Miss Lind. My name is Philip Carlyle, and this gentleman next to me.
Phineas Taylor Barnum. The pleasure is mine.
Of course, you are the American. I believe I might have heard of you.
Well, if you have heard of me all the way over here, then I might be doing something right.
That or something very wrong.
In the world of publicity, there's hardly any difference.
I believe I might have heard of you. If you just say so yourself.
I do, but I don't have to.
Oh, no. He's one of the very, very best.
Miss Lynn, let me get straight to the point. I would like to bring you to New York. And if you agree, I will make you the famous singer, not just in Europe, but in the entire world.
And have you heard me sing?
Absolutely.
No, I haven't. But I believe, like mine, your reputation precedes you. And I trust your reputation more than mine. So,
I have never been to America.
you will sing in the grandest theater with the finest orchestra in the greatest city on earth. Jenny Lind. One night only. Or maybe two.
I gave most of my earnings to charity, Mr. Barnum, to orphans and widows.
Voice of a nightingale, heart of an angel.
That sounds brilliant. I mean, the press will go crazy with this story.
That's not a story. Well, Mr. Barnum, can I ask you something?
Anything?
Why me?
People come to my show for the pleasure of being hoodwinked. Just once, I would like to give them something real.
Jenny Lind accepts Barnum's invitation to sing at one of the grandest theaters in New York City. Barnum was keeping the rest of his circus away from the theater, since this was an event to improve his image in society. But, however, Barnum wasn't sure how good a singer Jenny Lind actually was.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. I recently had the privilege of hearing the most divine voice I have ever heard. Now that sounds like Barnum Humbug, but I have 100 bottles of champagne on the ice that says, this is not just another sideshow novelty. May I present to you the Swedish Nightingale, Miss Jenny Lind.
I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set up a dream in me, getting loud, and can you hear it echoing? Take my hands, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shines of thousand spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky, never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hearts could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be
Jenny, meet my wife, Charity, and my boy, James.
Of course, I have heard so much about you. And your father tells me you are a fan of the Batman?
Yes, and I also play the violin.
Oh, are you?
Of course I am.
Of course, he is.
I must admit, Mr. Barnum, she is remarkable.
To bring joy to the most joyless critic, isn't she?
And in the hands of a real purveyor of art, she could be something in this country.
You're better.
Shame, she's fallen in with you.
You're better on the page, Mr. Bennett. How hard it is to believe.
Phineas,
Yes?
you have done well.
Thank you. Allow me to introduce you. Excuse me, Jenny. Meet Charity's dad, Mr. Hallett.
Ah, pleasure.
How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
Dad?
Hello, dear. Is this?
Yes, yes. This is your grandson.
Phineas, not here.
Not here. You are afraid that I might embarrass your dad in front of his fancy friends? I don't have that power. An insignificant man like me was clearly destined for an insignificant life.
All that fortune and still just a tailor's boy.
Get out.
Well, Phineas, I believe that I told you that free champagne is a recipe for disaster.
Charity.
Now, would everyone please raise their glasses?
Thank you. Thank you.
It is hard to understand wealth and privileges when you are born into it. Sometimes I feel I don't belong here.
You?
I was born out of wedlock, and that brought shame upon my family. And life always manages to remind me that I don't deserve a place in this world, and that leaves a hole that no ocean can ever fill.
Mr. Phineas.
Yes?
Lord, Lord, Lord. That lady can sing.
I know.
Thinks she likes a man in uniform.
I think she does. But what are you doing here? You got a show in an hour.
That's enough time for us to have at least 3 drinks, right? Come on.
No, Letty.
What?
It's crowded in here. I can't have you mingling. If you're gonna be out there, who's gonna pay admissions for you? Have a great show.
Wait. I'm not a stranger to the dark. Away, they say we don't want your broken parts. Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say we don't want your broken parts. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Gloria, Gloria. What times was what cut me down. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching out to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I'll make no apology. This is me.
Matter around the bullets is my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sing in.
We're bursting to the barricades and reaching for the stars. Yes, that's what we'll become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Gloria, Gloria. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is through, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Mr. Barnum, in his zeal to implement newer ideas, was trying out new and eccentric tricks. He was finally realizing his dreams. He was thirsty for innovation and hungry for success. There was nothing could make him known now as just a tailor's boy.
Why can't you put more shows in New York? Why do you need to tour the country?
Why did Napoleon march on Russia?
Napoleon was defeated.
Napoleon did not have 60-piece orchestra.
A 60-piece orchestra, costume sets, fireworks inside theaters.
That's genius.
No, PT. These are the most famous theaters in the country. They make you buy their seats in advance.
Yeah, I took out a loan.
And we have to pay Jenny.
It's a large loan.
You're not gonna see a profit until your 40th show.
41st, actually.
You're risking everything you've built here.
How do you think I built it? We are going to have enough profits to go around after this.
PT.
What?
Your attention has been divided long enough. Our gate is down and we have more protesters every day.
You just need to get people come back. If you haven't been to Barnum's Museum lately, you have not been to Barnum's Museum.
They come to see you. Your crazy ideas, your new acts, the unusual.
Then have you show them your smiles? That would be unusual. Keep rehearsing and make sure that I expect them to give you all the differences you deserve. And that they should be good to you.
Ain't that a sight for sore eyes?
He couldn't even say hello
or goodbye. He is on tour. Sorry, guys.
Pull yourself together, Carlyle. Don't you have somewhere to be?
In the meanwhile, Philip Carlyle had fallen in love with Anne. But his parents wouldn't accept this relationship for obvious reasons. Philip came from an influential background, whereas Anne was a reject. On a certain occasion, Anne was publicly humiliated by them.
Anne, why do you care what they say? They are small-minded people.
It's not just them. Never had somebody look at you the way your parents looked at me. The way everyone would look at us.
You know I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. I know you want me, so don't keep saying your hands are tied. You claim it's not in the cards and fate is pulling you miles away, out of range from me. But you're here in my heart, so who can stop me if I decide that you're my destiny? What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart, 'cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So why don't we rewrite the stars, changing the world to be ours tonight?
it's easy. You think I don't wanna run to you, but there are mountains and there are doors that we can walk through. I know you're wondering why, because we're able to be just you and me within these walls. But if we go outside, you're gonna wake up and see that it was hopeless after all. No one can rewrite the stars. How can you say you'll be mine? Everything keeps us apart, and I'm not the one you are meant to find. It's not up to you, it's not up to me, and everyone tells us what we could be. How do we rewrite the stars? Say that the world could be ours. Tonight, all I want is to fly with you. All I want is to fall with you. So just give me all of you. It seems impossible. Is it impossible? Say that it's possible. Although we rewrite the stars, please to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart. 'Cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. Why don't we rewrite the stars, change the world to be want you. It's not a secret I tried to hide, but I can have you. We're bound to break and my hands are tied.
Barnum was now getting ready to tour the entire country with Jenny Lind. This would make him a celebrity, a superstar, and he would be respected by the highbrows. But back at home, life didn't seem to be the same for Charity and James.
First, it was buying a house on the same street as my parents, then meeting the Queen, then bringing Jenny Lind. When will it ever be enough for you?
Doing this for James.
Look around. He has everything.
You don't understand.
I do.
No! You don't! How could you? My father was treated like dirt. I was treated like dirt. But my boy won't be.
You don't need everyone to love you, Finn. Just a few good people.
I know that.
Charity and James would be all by themselves for the next month, whereas Barnum, he would be touring the country with Jenny Lind. While for Barnum it seemed like his dreams were finally coming true, for Charity it seemed like they were soon going to get over.
Some people long for a life that is simple and planned, tied with a ribbon. Some people won't sail the sea 'cause it's safer on land to follow what's written, but I follow you to the great unknown, off to a world we call our own. Hand in my hand and we promised to never let go. We're walking the tightrope high in the sky we can see the whole world down below. We're walking the tightrope, never sure, never know how far we could fall. But it's all an adventure that comes with a breathtaking view. Walking the tightrope with you. Oh, 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 oh. With you. Oh, 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 with you. Mountains and valleys and all that come in between. Desert and ocean, you put me in, and together we're lost in a dream. Always in motion, so I risk it all just to be with you. And I risk it all for this life we choose. Hand in my hand and we promise to never let go. We're walking the tightrope, high in the sky we can see the whole world down below. We're walking the tightrope, never sure will you catch me if I should fall. Well, it's all an adventure that comes with a breathtaking view. Walking the tightrope with you. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 with you. With you. With you. With you.
It is as though we have learned for the first time what singing really is. Jenny Lynn deserves our nation's highest esteem and lavish ovation.
I mean,
The world at our feet. Well, Mr. Barnum, this is to making dream come true.
thank you, Jenny. It's 2 hours to curtains.
I have given you the world, haven't I?
I think I should go. I've become a distraction. I'm sorry, Jenny. You have to finish the tour without me.
What? You are leaving?
The itinerary is well at hand.
So that's it?
What do you mean?
I'm just another of your act.
Jenny.
I'm done.
Jenny, please. You have to finish the tour.
Must I?
It will ruin me.
When you are careless with other people, Mr. Barnum, you bring ruin upon yourself.
I have risked everything.
Well, so did I. And it seems we both have lost. All the jobs thousand spotlight. All the stars we steal from the night sky. Never be enough. Never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough for me.
What was that?
That was goodbye.
Barnum was on his way back home. But little did he know that his circus was being attacked by hooligans. They wanted the show to be closed down by all means. The enormity of the situation was such that it could lead into a catastrophe at any moment. In the meanwhile, Charity and James traveled all the way to the station in order to meet Barnum, who was returning home after a strenuous tour.
My boy, you have grown so much.
What made you decide to come home so early?
I missed you.
That sounds so awful like Hamburg.
Fire! Out of the way! Fire! Hurry! It's
Charity,
coming from the side.
James, stay with me. Philip! O'Malley! Is everyone out? The animals!
We set them free. What else could we do?
WD! Philip, Wilson! Wilson!
No,
Philip!
WD!
There she is! Philip!
Hey, you cannot go inside.
He has taken in a lot of smoke. But he's still breathing.
The fire had damaged the entire circus building with almost nothing to spare. It was a miracle that no lives were lost, except for Philip Carlyle, who was almost suffocated to death by the smoke. Anne was moved to tears when she realized that Carlyle ran into the fire only to save her life.
What if we rewrite the stars? Say you'll be mine. Nothing can keep us apart. You are the one I was meant to find.
I never liked your show, but I thought the people did. They do. Mind it, I wouldn't call it art.
Of course not.
But putting folks of all kind on stage, of different colors, shapes and sizes, and presenting them as equals, another critic would have called it a celebration of humanity.
I would have liked that.
But I hope you'll rebuild.
Thank God for Jenny's tour. We'll borrow the profits. We'll be fine.
You don't know? I'm sorry.
Barnum had realized that the news had published the orchestrated romantic encounter between Jenny Lind and him. And this was the headlines of the New York Times. On realizing this, Barnum immediately rushes back home in order that he explain himself to Charity.
Come on, James.
Charity! Oh God! Charity, I am.
I don't want to talk to you.
Nothing happened.
Ouch. Nothing happened? It's on the cover of every paper in New York.
She orchestrated the photo. I'm not in love with her.
Of course you are not. Not with her, not with me, not with anyone. Just you and your show.
What are you doing?
I'm going home.
This is your home?
The bank. They are evicting us. Why didn't you ask me before? I would have said yes. I never minded the risk, but we always did it together.
Barnum was distraught. He had lost everything, starting with the circus in the fire, then his reputation with Jenny Lind, and now finally his family.
Figured you end up here. Feeling sorry for yourself.
Folks, if you have come to get paid, the money is over. All of it. I'm sorry.
Shut up, Barnum. You just don't get it. Our own mothers were ashamed of us, hid us our whole lives, and then you come and pull us out of the shadows. And now, you are also giving up on us? Maybe you are a fraud. Maybe all this, it was only to earn a buck. But you gave us a real family.
And the circus, that was a home. And we want our home back.
I saw the sun begin to dim. I felt that winter wind blow cold. A man knows who is there for him when glitter fades and the walls won't hold. 'Cause from then rumble, one remains, can only be what's true. If all was lost, is more I gain, 'cause it led me back to you. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. From now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight. Tonight. Let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart.
now on. I drank champagne with kings and queens, and politicians praised my name. But those were someone else's dreams, the pitfalls of the man I became. For years and years, I chased their cheers, the great speed of always needing more. And when I stop and see you here, I remember who all this was for. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the light. From now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight, and let this torment may start. Like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now on, from now these eyes will not be blinded by the light. What's waited till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight, and that this promise in me start. Like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now
P.T. Barnum had turned a new leaf in his life. He felt and he finally realized that his entire life he was looking out for something that he already possessed but wasn't aware of. Now, having had a change of heart and finally realizing his mistakes, he rushes back home in order to apologize to Charity.
I want to see my wife, Charity.
She is not here.
She's at the beach.
I know I've brought hardships on you and our family. You warned me, but I did not listen to you. I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be more than I am.
I never wanted anything but the man I fell in love with.
Let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart.
However big, however small,
From now on. From now on.
The bank said no.
Emphatically and repeatedly. I don't think so there is any other bank left in this country who I can fool into loaning me more money. And so, I'm very sorry to disappoint you all.
Don't worry, Barnum. We've gotten used to it by now.
You know, Barnum, when I first met you, I had an inheritance, claim, and an invitation to every party in town. And now, thanks to you, all that's gone. All what's left is friendship, love, and work that I adore. You brought joy into my life.
Into all our lives.
I want a bank that can take joy as collateral.
They may not, but I will. I own 10% of the show, knowing who I was working for. I had the good sense to take my cut weekly.
Philip, I can't let you gamble it on me.
Sure you can.
Don't turn sensible on us now.
Partners, 50-50.
Partners.
But the only thing is, how we gonna afford a building?
Building? We don't need a building. The real estate in Manhattan is a terrible investment. I can get the land just down by the docks without costing nothing. All we need is a tent.
Well, that's how we come, these renegades in the rain. Where the lost get found in the grounds of the suffocation. Well, the fight it is coming for you, running at ya. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dreams, can't you see, is getting closer. Just surrender cause you feel the feeling and you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights. Where the runways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come through, intoxicating you. This is the greatest show. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's all right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's all right in front of you. This is where you wanna be.
This is for you.
What will you be doing?
Watch my boy grow. The show must go on.
This is the greatest show.
It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's all right in front of you. This is where you wanna be.
Can we give a round of applause for our cast, The Greatest Showman? Dear ladies and gentlemen, thank you first of all for coming in large numbers and witnessing our show, The Greatest Showman. Well, my dear friends, it's been a month that we've practiced. This entire show is based on a movie called The Greatest Showman, released last year in the year 2017. And trust me, people, it has taken 7 years to make that show, 7 years to make the movie, while we just had 1 month and a few more days to come up with this show. So give this hand to these people. At the outset, I would like to thank each and every person out here on the stage, beginning with the humble job of the guy on the spotlight, with the brothers on the lights, the brothers here on the sound, the brothers who's done a fantastic job with the backdrop and the decor, the cast, the dancers, as well as the singers, and our entire community, which has been such a strong support. Without them, it couldn't have been possible. Well, my dear friends, thank you once again for coming and being a part of us. Without your support, this can't be possible. There's just one message that you could take home. It's everything that you ever want, everything that you ever need. It's right here in front of you. This is where you want to be. Thank you so much. See you next year.
This beautiful show was possible because of a lot of hard work and sacrifices. And there was one man behind this show. As you all heard, this was a recent movie that has been put up. So it's been put up for a first time. So putting up for the first time means taking a big risk. Also, it involves a lot of work. And there was one man who was dedicated, committed, made a lot of sacrifices. And that person is Brother Avil. Please give him a good big hand. Hooray! Thank you, Brother Avil, for directing this play. I'm sure all of you all had a very nice and enjoyable evening. God bless you all. Good night. See you all next year.